Hello.
Hello, Danielira.
How are you? My
Um,
cook hero.
late today.
It's super late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very.
Yeah.
What is this time
Well, we are actually late maybe for
for?
Elaine,
Oh, yes.
Tintin,
Well, very early in the morning for them. Yes.
or late.
Um, that's a debate. Like
Yeah.
when you start calling it early and when you start calling it late.
But when you say no, I went to bed super late.
Hmm.
You never say super early cuz super early would be like 7 p.m., 6 p.m.
Mm,
Super late would be 5 a.m., 4 a.m.
really?
No?
What if it? How about if it's 5:30?
Super late cuz
Yeah.
you don't sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, but 5:30 there can be sun.
Yeah, but it's late for sleep. No?
Late for sleep. So that's what or late in context, I feel. Late is usually that. Just usually means that.
It depends on the task you're gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I'm calling sleeping a task, but
Oh, well, it is. It is.
yeah, an easy task for me.
Oh, you know,
Not that easy for
the
you.
job you want.
No, the job I have.
Nice. So we're early today,
Yeah.
for our usual standards.
Yep.
I have to do some stuff in the afternoon with Samu that he's starting school tomorrow. So
Yes.
we got to buy a bunch of school stuff,
Yep.
and got to do that in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to still be doing, because I've been really enjoying them, and I'm going to maybe consider stop doing these when I realize that they are proving to be, I don't know, repetitive or redundant, or where I'm just like constantly just repeating things that I've already felt I've rediscovered within my own practice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I was gonna say I'm very honest about my own practice with myself, but it's better to say I try to be very honest with myself,
Mm-hmm.
um, in the sense that I can understand how if you're doing something that other people deem successful, or that if you're getting a lot of praise slash likes slash, I don't know, validation
Mm-hmm.
from wherever you feel you need to, get it from.
Yeah.
Um, it's that becomes a trap, and it's very easy to just keep doing something that I don't know, you've realized, or you've discovered that people like, and then you kind of start working for people. You don't really, you know, care about yourself that much anymore, and you start to um, almost like translate the weight of what something means to you to how people react to it, which I think it's very hazardous. It's a really strange place to do that. Um, so I always pay attention to myself first, because I know how that may seem selfish, but I think that that's not the selfishness, but looking into yourself and being able to answer tough questions with honesty is an essential part of being an artist. So I always try to look inwards and to say, why am I doing this? Like, why am I really doing this? And till now, I think the reasons I've come up with are, very healthy, I would say. I think it was nice for me to come back to something that gave me a little bit of structure, because I am, when I get to working really, really fast, I think I just, even in my mind, I skip so many steps of things that are fundamental for me that I feel I should always be emphasizing, that I should always be careful about. Maybe it's because I've been painting for a while, but I just skip them. I just try to be like, okay, I can do. I don't care about the drawing. I'll draw while I paint, or I'll redraw while I paint, or I'll recompose. There's a lot of things that I'm like careless about. I would say to the point where I'm careless. Um, and this keeps me in check. So I think it's been a very welcome change for me. Not change, just a mm, just refocusing on something that is not alien to me, but that has always been part of my process, and just putting shining the light on it for a little bit. And I think we're still um, learning quite a bit from this. And when I say we, I hope that everyone is, but I'm still relearning things. So I'm very happy with it. Um, but I also know that I have to change things a little bit, and I have to change it up. So the way I'm going to change it up this week is that this process kind of lends itself to be like a very basic, foundational painting. So if you do an underdrawing, it has to be like an underdrawing that has like, structure, shapes worked out, composition is kind of set. If you're, modeling forms, you try to have those forms already suggesting how they are turning in space. If you've pushed proportions, or if you've been careful about your proportions, those things have to be already there. Um, and then when you do your value work, what is essentially your value work with your underpainting, then you're concentrating on just seeing value as a kind of storytelling tool, as a narrative tool, even though it can be like something like this. That's a very, it seems like, come on, it's a portrait. Like there's nothing going on. We usually associate narrative with things happening, actions taking place in the picture plane, and all these like people moving through space. There's planes that you have to travel, and while you're traveling there's a story to be told. But I think shapes, like inner shapes, smaller shapes within something that encompasses them, such as a portrait or like a bust, they can also tell stories. They can also speak about rhythms, about
Mm-hmm.
how you feel about a person, how you perceive a person. So it doesn't. I don't think narrative has to be something like Howard Pyle or like Dean Cornwell or Norman Rockwell. It doesn't have to fall onto like those shoulders. The idea of narrative. It can also be something that's very, very almost like abstract and really subtle. And I think that's the sort of journey that I go when I do something that's very basic, like head, shoulders, a little bit of the chest, and that's about it. That's what we're going to do today, but we're going to use color in a different way, because what I was saying, this sort of construction of a painting can lend itself to condition you, I'm not saying it will, to condition you into making like a very naturalistic painting. I mean, you have embarked on this journey with foundations that are so solid, or you're attempting to do that, that when you're painting, it's probably, um, I think it's plausible to see how it's harder to take chances when things have already been set up so well. Like you've seen yourself worked so hard to have everything in place that to take chances, even like chances in terms of color, seems a little bit harder. A little bit harder. So we're going to test, we're going to kind of test that. We're going to test and see if the underdrawing being somewhat structured and the underpainting using, again, our earth tones to make it, to make that value scale kind of be like a narrative tool. We're going to see if those things can be put to use with a palette afterwards, with a when we get to the painting, to the modeling of form, to the giving this like a ton of atmosphere. Hopefully, we're gonna see if on top of those things that are super super fundamental, we can add like a very expressive use of color, and still find some sort of balance within these within this construction, this kind of layered construction. So I'm super interested in seeing if that works. So what that means is that we're going to start with a drawing. We're going to apply some binder, transparent binder, as a primer. We're going to do our underpainting with a raw umber tomorrow. But when we start with our color, we're going to use either the High-Chroma palette that I usually use, which is like bismuth yellow, a magenta, quinacridone magenta, and cobalt blue,
And white.
and titanium white, obviously. Thank you, Danny.
No, you're welcome.
And but I got a cobalt turquoise
Ooh.
or something like that. It's a weird color.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I think it's I couldn't find teal,
Mm-hmm.
or I have my feelings about teal, but it's a very beautiful color. It's a gorgeous color.
You should give it a try.
Yeah. So I wanted to see, okay, I've tried teal. Let me look at this teal adjacent color, which is like I think it's a cobalt turquoise or something like. I'll show it tomorrow or the day after when we're using the color. So if I'm feeling more conservative about it, I'll use the cobalt. If I'm feeling a little bit bolder, we'll try to use that blue, which
Go
I've never used,
bold.
so I would have to learn as we go along.
Go bold.
Go bold? That's already, Danny, that's been like,
Be bold.
18 years.
Be
Be
bold.
bold? I was born bald. So I don't know what you're going with this. It's too early for these things.
Then you weren't.
I mean, I'm
born-
over it. I'm
you
so
weren't-
over it.
No, you weren't bald.
I mean,
Bald.
Uh-huh.
When you were young.
When I was young? Yes.
No.
I mean, I had hair,
No, long
but
hair.
underneath that hair, I was bald. Trust
No.
me. Trust me. Like, I knew
Well,
it.
everyone's bald underneath that hair. So.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There's people that underneath hair, they have more hair.
No. And
Yeah,
under
you have a lot
that
of hair.
hair, they're bald.
You have a lot of
Bald.
hair.
Bald.
Samu has a lot of hair.
So wait, bald,
Yeah.
bold,
Bold. You could go like almost saying.
bold,
Yeah, you could even like
because
mix
that
it.
sounds as New York. Your New York
No.
accent.
Nah, you could.
Bold.
No. Put the U in there. Almost like
Bold.
mix Spanish and English. Go bold.
So bald and bold.
Yeah, and bald. I don't know how to translate that in Spanish. Bald. You could say
Bold.
so bald like me, or maybe I would like to think that I'm both.
Bold.
I can be bold
You're
when I paint.
boldly bold.
Boldly bold. I'm baldly bold.
Uh-huh.
I think I can be both. At my best, at my most courageous, I feel I'm quite bold when I'm
I thought
painting.
you were gonna
quite
underline
bold.
the other one.
Yeah.
When I'm most courageous, I'm bold.
I'm bold. Oh, that's good. That would be good because I'm
Yeah.
always that would mean I'm always courageous. But yeah. So we'll see. I don't know how to feel about what this is. This is gonna be a lot of yellow. Do you remember this picture as soon as you saw it?
Yeah.
This is like sunlight coming through like stained glass window in a
church.
Gothic church. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go for a really nice look, nice intense look
Yeah.
with this painting. We'll see how that goes during the week.
And I am super cheesy, so I like it since now because of where it was.
Oh, you remember it. You
Yeah.
attach it to like an experience that we
Yes.
had. Yeah. It was a nice church, that
Yeah.
place. Beautiful view. Or what
'Cause
they
it has,
what they
like, it
say,
had
best view of Toledo.
Toledo.
Yeah.
And I think they were right. Yeah.
It's I think it's the only place where you can view Toledo like that.
Because you can go like to the like the kind of the outside of the church
Yes.
in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because you could go from one tower to the other one.
Yes.
And it's
yes.
beautiful.
Yeah,
so
nice
beautiful.
nice bell. Do you remember that bell from the bell tower?
Yeah.
Huge, enormous.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge. Yeah.
Very beautiful. Beautiful
and,
place.
I remember the stairs because I really like the like super bold red
Oh.
red stairs.
Yes. I remember that.
So good.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Doors that could barely be open.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
remember that? It has super heavy.
And the
Which is
weird
good,
thing is
I
that
feel.
they didn't seem to be that heavy.
Oh no. No.
No.
But I don't know if they were heavy hinges, I feel.
no,
right?
heavy. I think they
Were
were
they heavy
like
doors?
Yeah, I think they were.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if it was just a hinge on the door that
No.
was like super.
No, they were heavy.
Yeah. But
So-
I think it's good because if you have a lot of people coming in and out, you don't want it to be like running or you don't want it to be, I mean, you want it to be like tough to almost go through.
Mhm. Oh, and also if there's wind,
Yes.
it will be terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So-
it's pretty high.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's super high,
No, but it's high.
but it's pretty high, I would say.
Oh,
Oh,
so I see that Sola Priest is
Okay.
here saying hello. So Sola Priest,
Okay.
we've been trying
Yes.
to guess.
Yes.
Because you said that you were going to go to a rehearsal. And we're trying to guess what that rehearsal was about. So there's guesses about it being music related, theater,
Wedding, I would say. You know,
wedding,
he's officiating. He's a priest.
ping pong
They're a priest.
tournament.
Ping pong tournament.
Yeah, that was Robin's guess.
Okay, so they're a judge, maybe?
No, ping
They're
pong
an empire
semifinals.
umpire?
They were saying semifinals. So maybe
Okay.
they were rehearsing for. Oh, so mystery solved.
Okay.
They're saying music. LOL.
Okay, I knew it. That was my first
Music.
guess.
Oh.
That was my first guess.
I thought acting.
So what instrument do you play? Or if it's choir, you know, do you sing or play an instrument?
So, while they answer, maybe we could say hi.
Yes, please. And I'll keep going.
Go.
I apologize if there's already sort of like a ghost of a drawing when you guys when we start the video. But when we're setting up, like my fingers get super itchy
Yeah.
and I start to like scribble, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, because maybe if you're new here, or just to give you a little insight about the way we set up things,
Yeah.
Nicolas has to be sitting there while I adjust the tripod, the
Yeah.
camera, everything. So he just starts always.
Yeah, if I see myself already set up, like I get going. If there's painting involved, like I don't, but if there's like if it's just a pencil, I just start scribbling.
Mhm.
So
So,
anyways,
let's say hi.
yes, please.
Wood Spirit 100.
Yeah.
Oh, long time no see. Wood Spirit 100.
Yes.
They're saying hi. Hi, Wood Spirit 100.
Hey, Wood Spirit.
Halaro
Mhm.
was saying Paris.
Oh la la.
And they were saying hi, I'm here for learning.
Oh, merci beaucoup.
Slow Turtle 822
Mm.
was saying good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Morning, Slow Turtle 822. How are you?
I love these. I love these names.
Samuel Coomer was saying, morning, everyone. Y'all in America or Europe? We are in South America,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're in continental America, South America.
Colombian.
And
We're in Colombia.
The Colombia, if maybe you don't know, it's at the tip, it's at the northernmost tip of the beginning of South America.
Connecting with Panama. Yeah.
So Panama ends Central America.
Yeah, and Panama was once
part of us.
Colombian territory, yeah.
Yes, sadly, we gave that up.
So Olga Maria. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say sigh so the Americans could build the canal. So, yes.
Olga Maria Benningham.
I don't know. Who is that?
Your mom was saying.
Oh, my mom.
Good morning, hello.
Hello, Olguita.
Hola, Olguita, ¿cómo estás? Mucho frío hoy, ¿no, Olguita?
Uy, qué frío.
Yo tengo,
tan
bueno,
bárbaro,
yo digo tengo
Dani.
frío y estoy en mangas de camisa, pero sí está haciendo frío.
Qué frío tan bárbaro, Dani.
No, pero tu mamá no habla así.
¿Qué? I don't know what I was going to say. That sound just came out.
Carla Anglada was saying, good morning, Danny and Nicolas in chat.
Hey, Carla.
Hey, Carla, how are you? Asif was saying, what size paper are we working on today? So it's an A3.
Yes.
So 42 by 30 centimeters.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roslyn. Hey, Roslyn. We've been missing you here.
Yes, always.
How are you, Ro? Roslyn was saying, good morning, friends. Hey, Roslyn. Nicolas Mijarevic was saying, hello, everyone. Hey, Nicola. How are you? What time is it there, Nicola?
Oh, it's got to be about 7-8 hours more than us, I would say.
Sergi Arts was saying, estaba diciendo, hola, ¿cómo están? Hola, Sergi, ¿qué tal? Muy bien por acá. ¿Qué tal está Sergi? Cody Winicky.
Yo siempre pienso que Sergi es catalán, no sé por qué, pero él nos ha dicho que es sevillano o es... ¿de dónde es que era? Perdón. Ay, ahora se me olvidó.
No sé por qué pensé Barcelona.
No, 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 no. Pero yo siempre pienso que es catalán, pero no, Sergi después me dicen no. No, y vasco no es, no. Pero ayer estábamos viendo un partido del Chelsea
Ujú.
que juega con su nueva compra, que es Cucurella.
Ujú.
Y entonces estábamos debatiendo sobre cómo se debe decir Cucurella.
Porque se escribe cucure LLA
Exacto. Entonces, ¿cómo
y
sonará eso en catalán?
pues uno diría cucurella o cucurella,
Sí,
pero uno de
hispanoparlantes
los,
diríamos Cucurella.
ajá, pero uno de los
Narradores,
narradores estaba diciendo cucureilla,
Cucurella.
cucureilla, cucureilla era,
Sí. Entonces,
cucureilla.
si hay alguien catalán, porque alguna vez alguien nos ayudó con cómo se pronuncia Mariano Fortuny, que nos
Ujú.
decían que la NY, lo más parecido en catalán es
New
como
York.
una ñ.
Ujú.
Entonces, si nos pueden, si de pronto tenemos amigos catalanes ahora que nos colaboren, cómo se dice eh, el ex Brighton, nuevo jugador de Chelsea,
Cucure
Cucurella,
LLA.
Cucurella. Gracias.
Cody Winnicky was saying good morning. Hey
Morning, Cody.
Cody, how are you? Um, John Chaparro
Ujú.
was saying hi everyone, buenas buenas. Hey John, hola John, ¿qué tal? How are you? Because I don't know if
Todas.
yeah,
Chuleaste todas
yeah.
las opciones.
Robin West 13 was saying good
Oh,
morning and a little sun. Hey Robin, so we finally have the Rowrows
an
united
early Rose.
again.
Yeah, because
Early
Rosalind has been, well,
Rowrows.
both Robin and Rosalind have been busy. So
Yeah.
um, they have forgotten us, but it's okay. We
And
know that
Robin,
they're
I
busy.
I showed you Robin's doing a very cool self portrait.
I know, super powerful.
Very very cool. Uh Solo Priest was saying uh pianist
Pianist. Oh, nice.
among other things, but
Nice.
painting is in the forefront right now.
Oh, very beautiful.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, we were guessing and last time
Mm-hmm.
you joined the live stream Solo Priest. Um we were asking,
Yeah,
but then we got no answer. So it was like a big mystery.
yeah.
Everyone was like trying to guess what it was. So,
So what are you rehearsing? Are you classical? Maybe somewhat I feel like rehearsal seems to.
no, I think maybe because I thought they were gonna have a show and that's why they're rehearsing.
No,
Or
but
they
now that we know it's
creating.
music.
Exactly. I mean, they can have a show, music show, no?
Oh, okay. Oh, like a band?
Or a
Do you think he's
concert,
like?
or a. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know why I would think. I don't know why. I always associate like pianists with like classical piano.
Or maybe they're composing a song and they're rehearsing.
Maybe, maybe. So you can tell us.
Briley Moreno was saying, good morning, everyone.
Hey, Briley.
Won't be here for long today, but we'll watch the stream later.
Oh, thank you. Very kind.
And Briley was also saying, Nicholas, I
Yes.
wanted to ask.
Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Briley opens up like Pandora's boxes all the
No.
time. He just throws a firecracker and then just leaves.
How do you balance video games like Elden Ring with painting? I had to send my PS5 back for repairs, and I've never been more productive with painting.
Oh, no, because I don't. I usually play when I know I can play. You can ask Danny. Like,
Yeah, and you don't play that much.
no, no. Like, whenever I can play, I take like a ton of advantage of the times that I can play.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I also know how to be. I also know how irresponsible I would be if that just takes over.
Yeah, but he
So
doesn't play daily. I mean, there's tons of weeks that pass,
yeah,
and you can't like squeeze a little time for
yeah.
playing.
And
So
sometimes I do have a like,
squeeze
yeah, no
or
squish.
squish.
No, squish was great. Sometimes I do
I
have
am
time,
sorry.
and Danny goes like, "Oh, you have a little bit of time, you can play." And I tell her I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I like the emotional investment for something like Elden Ring is kind of weird. But I finally decided to try and finish it. So I'm in the end game. So I am maidenless again because she burnt. Even though I did
Are you
the
spoiling the game?
I can, but almost everyone already knows.
No.
I guess so. Well, the story is so convoluted.
Rosalind was starting.
Oh, trust me, the story in Elden Ring. You know what's the best way to play From Software games? You play them and you don't get anything because you don't understand anything, and you read all the descriptions of the items and you try to understand what's going on, and you have like a vague idea of what's going on,
So always guessing.
and then you go to YouTube and you play this guy's videos. Has the coolest narrator's voice.
What guy?
Varividya. Yeah.
Varividya?
Yeah, that's, let's
No, but
not.
how do you?
Oh, like VAATIVDYA.
Okay, so it's
something like
complicated.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't worry. And you go into Vadi's videos and you
Mhm.
just listen to him tell you about every single story that you missed because you're too dense for to understand like all of that. And that's how I experience all my From Software games. Like I
Mm.
think I know what's going on, then I realized I've missed everything, absolutely everything. But then I watch like a half an hour video of Vadi and I'm like, this is amazing. Cuz he connects everything. Cuz From Software, they like don't come out and tell you what the story is.
And he has
They
like an
never.
insight
No, I
from
mean,
them.
I don't know if he's like an advisor. I don't think so. He does get early access and stuff.
So maybe he has
So
like,
maybe because they must love him. He's
yeah.
like the most well-known dude in the internet that does like lore stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they must love him. But the guy is like super passionate about it. Like, you know how people it's so weird. This world is so weird, but you can find like your calling in life, what it seems to be your calling in life, and it just seems like you fit. This dude found his calling in like trying to like take apart this puzzle that is From Software stories, and he loves it. He adores doing that sort of stuff. So I don't know, he's amazing at it. So I try to play my game.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get some of the things that go on,
Mm-hmm.
and then I watch a video and I feel like, oh, that
That
was
was
so cool. I
that.
should have felt so much more when I did this.
But I
Um,
would rather do it like you do it, because you know how I like to play my games.
yeah,
I hate spoilers
yeah,
about anything, like movies, games. I think that's just the worst. I think that's something that could, I was gonna say, piss me out,
piss me
piss
off,
me off.
piss me out, piecemeal.
But it just like ruins my day
Yeah,
if you spoil
yeah,
me, like spoil something that I want to see or play or whatever. So I would rather do that, because I know that nowadays there's a lot of young people that like like Samu. And that's why I'm saying young people, because I mean, it's not only young people doing that, but I relate that to Samu.
yeah,
And Samu watches like a YouTube video, or not one, like 1,000 YouTube videos about the game he's going to play.
yeah,
So he knows that level before playing it.
yes,
He's like, oh, I have to do this, and then I have to jump, and then I have to roll, and then I have to kick, and I'm done. I don't like that.
yeah.
So I like seeing the game, not understanding anything that's happening, and like getting the grip of it as I go.
I told you about because I played Demon Souls on the PS3. I played Demon Souls.
I love
Uh,
that you had to
I'm writing, yeah,
write it out. Yeah. So
and I
it
played
says,
it.
I'm sorry, but I have to say, bold, bowled, New York, Enye, Demon Souls, PS2,
Come on,
PS3.
PS3, yeah. Please,
can't see.
please, Danny, please. So I got this game when I heard, at the time it came out in Japan and it was like it was like a Japanese release only, so it was really weird, but people were saying, "Oh, this is the best game ever." So I got this game knowing nothing. Nothing. So I went in completely blind playing in the PS3 and I was like, "What the hell is this game?" Like what? It is incredibly tough and I was dying constantly. and I had no idea how to spec. I had no idea how to do anything. I had to learn just by looking at menus and being like, oh, so I spec'd really weird in this game, and I got super far, but I never finished it. But I was very, I realized, oh my God, I love these games. Like, I didn't love it enough to feel like I wanted to finish it, and that's on me because I was like, I should have like pushed harder in that game. But I got Dark Souls. Then I got Dark Souls, and I was like, okay, I know how to play these games, and I'm gonna be prepared now. So I was really, really, excited about it, and I was really good. And I started playing by myself, but these games are supposed to be very cryptic, very, very cryptic. So there's stuff in levels that you'll never know if you know what you're looking for. It's really, really weird. There's invisible walls, like walls that you actually have to hit with with your sword for them to like disappear, and then you can go, into this hidden path. So it's really, really weird. But then the bad thing I did was like at the kind of end of this game, I started looking at some videos because I was like, I don't know where to get some of these, things that I need to
Mm-hmm.
level up, like a sword, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So I started looking up some videos, and I found a dude that was like super cool that would do like walkthroughs, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. But the bad thing was, I used it for I had such a like an experience doing those walkthroughs at the end with with the YouTubers that go through everything, that I was like, I want to play doing everything. So I played Dark Souls. So I finished Dark Souls, and I finished Dark Souls 2. But the bad thing was that I would look at playthroughs all the time, and
Mm.
I hated. At the end, I finished, and I was like, oh, that was so stupid of me.
Because
Like I
that's
should have.
like following someone else's game.
Yeah,
It's
and you
not
still
like,
have to execute. Like you still
yeah,
have to kill the
no, no, no,
monsters,
I get it, but
kill the
but I
bosses.
have to say that, I mean, I know that that's the way that a lot of people enjoy playing, so it's nothing wrong with that. But I feel that in my case, my excitement from a game comes from not knowing what's happening, like
Right.
discovering something.
Yeah.
And I just hate losing that because of like videos or spoiling it, like someone telling me what's going to
So I
happen.
would
So,
say these games, the Souls games, the Soul series games, they're best played with you at least trying on your own for a couple of times. Like try it until you either get through it, or you're dying so many times that you're getting super frustrated.
mhm.
So the next thing I would say to do when you're getting very frustrated, that's usually with bosses and stuff like that, is to summon people, to summon help.
Mhm.
And then if you can get through like that, that's great. And then the next thing I would say is that if you're not like, if you say, no, this is way too much, I can't even get to the place where I'm supposed to fight this boss, then you go and look at a little bit of help. And you
Mhm.
go like, oh, there's a shortcut over here, or I can actually use this for over here. And then you do that. But because at some point you kind of need some help. These games are impenetrable. So at some point you do need like the community's help to like figure things out. But I would say the best enjoyment comes with like if you always want to be surprised by a boss, like there's like intro cinematics of like bosses that are just like
Mhm.
so cool. Or if you're just walking, I had one time that somebody had left a message. I did a small video. Somebody had left a message on the side of a cliff, and usually maybe there's like a jump that you can't see that somebody leaves a message, so you jump from this to this, and then from this to some, and then you get some whatever. So I was on horseback, and I came here to look at the message, and it's somebody who was an idiot that left a message because they knew that this invisible boulder would appear and it would hit you, and then you would fall to your death. So I loved it. I was laughing like out loud because I was saying like, "Oh my God, this game is so broken and so wonderful." But those moments, if you already know that somebody's telling you, "Hey, watch out, there's invisible boulders," then you're like, you're
You're
gonna
not gonna
miss,
have
yeah, you're gonna miss
fun.
that.
Yeah.
But for me, the part that I never want to miss is like the bosses, because the designs are so messed up. and the moment that they come in, it's so cool and it's so horrifying, and you feel like, yes, I'm gonna die. Like all the all the effort to get me to this point is like it's gonna be gone in like 20 seconds because I have no idea how hard this thing hits.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how to evade it. I have no idea if there's like spells. I don't do spells. I'm just like a melee dude. So
¿Qué es eso?
melee is like you have to hit with a weapon. So you're always going to be up close. You can
Mm-hmm.
never be far because you don't have like spells to like cast.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a really big chance of just getting mauled by every boss when you have to be close.
Mm-hmm.
And magic users, they can be like at a distance, just casting
A spell, yeah.
super like OP magic and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But all of this to say that I have found times in my life where I can do this. But I also know if I'm overdoing it or if it's too much. Like if Danny saw me like every afternoon playing and she would be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but we need to paint. Like we need to do the video or something." Like that would always feel very weird.
But you know me. I would never.
No,
Because I
but
think we never
I'm
get to
saying
that
like if it
point.
got to the point
Yeah.
where you have to like tell me, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I think you're overdoing it." That would that would tell me that this is something that's I'm overdoing. But the truth is in life I've found, well, it's, I guess that's the secret of life, just finding balance,
Mm-hmm.
between all the things that you have to do and the things that you like to do, the things that
You have to do.
are unavoidable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because there are things in life that you have to,
Yeah.
you have to do. And sometimes those things are not fun, or those things don't like, nobody's gonna, after you do them, you don't get like an applause from everyone or like a like from everyone, or you don't get people saying, "Oh, how courageous were you when you did that," or, "Oh, that took a lot of you, like that's amazing, good job." Most of life you have to do those things and there's nobody there to tell you like, "Good job." So yeah, life is kind of weird, but I do feel that I enjoy my other aspects of life when I can at least give myself like those moments. But I'm saying this, and I've played like 140 hours of Elden Ring, so I've played a lot of that game. I've found times to play the game,
Yeah.
so
But
I'm,
but I think that it's important what you were saying. I mean, you find the time maybe because you like make a schedules like in your head maybe. But you
maybe.
say like, okay, I have to do uh I don't know, 4 paintings and then I can play. Or I have to have everything for the shipping things ready so I can play.
Yeah,
So
first things
it's not
first.
like, oh, I'm gonna play and maybe afterwards I'm gonna see how I'm gonna paint super fast. No.
No. First
So
things first, always.
yes.
First things first.
So let's see. Where was I? Nukembe
Hmm.
or Nukimbi was saying hola. Hola Nukembe. Hey Nukimbi. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? I
Oof.
never.
Oh, you went with a lot of it there.
Yeah,
Do you
I
want to
was
go
in a
with another
trap. I'm
language,
sorry.
maybe?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know why you felt the need to go through all of them.
Because I don't know if it's Spanish or English. Because I've realized that sometimes people say hola.
Because they're trying to be nice,
Because,
because they
yeah,
know we speak in
exactly,
Spanish.
exactly.
Yes.
So it's like a nice way of saying hi. But
Yeah.
then I speak in Spanish and they're like, oh, no, 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 no. No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was just saying hi.
Yeah.
Don't.
I just Googled how to say hi.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Briley, I know I already read that question. Liad was saying hello. Hey, Liad, how are you?
Hey, Liad.
Briley Moreno was saying, I do work a full-time job. That's not painting, so I have a smaller window to paint.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. And that's why I say, like, if, you know, the moments that we can work, they have to be meaningful for us. That is the truth. And that's the only kind of objective way of trying to look at this, saying, hey, 2 hours for me is not the same as 2 hours for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you, I don't mean you guys, I mean the other person. Um, It's not. It's not. Some people, this is gold for some people. Having 2 hours of like free time, it's like the best feeling in the world. And sometimes those 2 hours you want to spend with your kids or with your partner or with video games, or you want to go to the gym, or you want to, read, or you want to sleep. You don't want to do anything. You're literally exhausted. So um, it's really hard when you say, I have those 2 hours for myself and you want to dedicate them to painting, and then painting being like the frustrating thing that it is, which feels like, come on, I'm giving you so much, like so much of my own time, so much of myself. And you feel like painting answers back with like suffering. Uh, I know it can feel really absurd at times to say, I'm working really hard in my other aspects of life. I want to, have this little bit of time to like make this tiny little plein air painting, and then feeling so defeated after you've attempted to paint that painting. It just feels like, you know, this is not right. Like this shouldn't be the way it should be, because why would you choose suffering? But the truth is, it's hidden underneath that suffering, those 2 hours are super super meaningful for you, for most of us that choose painting. So I would say that that's why with Danny we've been super careful when people say, how many hours should I be painting? And that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. And it could be very harmful to say, you should be painting 6 hours a day
Yeah.
or 8 hours a day. And that's going to make people feel completely like lost.
Mm-hmm.
If you only have 2 hours to not only spend in painting, but choose what to spend them on.
And also, it would make people quit even trying.
Yeah, yes, I would say if that's like the price to for entry, like into a life of painting, that instead of two, somebody tells you that it's got to be 8 minimum a day.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, that's for somebody else.
Yeah, not for
That's
me.
not for me,
Yeah.
sadly. I thought it was, which is very, it's so sad. I would say like I thought it was for me, but I've realized that it isn't. That's a very very sad thing to say. So I'm trying to. This one's gonna be like a kind of, because of color, Danny. It's gonna be like a expressive one of you too. So I'm trying
No,
to
you don't
see
even have
what
to.
I can shift in my axis, because I love that. I absolutely love that. The sort of traveling through axis. So I always tend to push your mouth to like
To the
one
side,
side,
yeah.
and then push your chin back
To the
to
other,
the
yeah.
other side. And I love that kind of
Mm-hmm.
traveling. It's just, I don't know why sometimes those things feel so much more human than just perfect symmetry.
No, and I mean, have fun.
Yes, yes, but have
You
fun, but
know,
also
no, but
I want to make it cool and make it
yes,
kind of make sense.
but forget about it being me, like the subject matter being me.
Well, but I always, you are of, if it wasn't for you, this effort wouldn't exist.
Oh,
So,
and no, you know what?
what's that?
No, don't forget that it's me. Know that it's me and that I don't care if you want to play with the reference as much as you want.
Thank you.
So, mmborg00. So
So,
Monique
mm,
was saying hi there. Hey Monique, how are you? How's life, Monique? Long time no see. Margo Delgado dice buenas. Hola Margo, ¿qué tal?
Margo, buena tarde, creo, para Margo.
Y Margo dice, hoy que es más temprano, si los puedo acompañar pintando.
Bueno,
Qué bueno Margo. ¿Qué va a pintar Margo hoy?
es que hoy siempre es un horario un poco más em, eh, como cercano a lo que sería el horario europeo.
Ujú.
Entonces,
Roya, oh I'm
Roya.
sorry,
No,
was sending
Roya.
4 heart emojis.
Oh, so
Hey
good when
Roya.
so good when Roya can comment live.
Yeah. And when she can, she always leaves the
She lives.
heart.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, Roya. Uh, she leaves. I think our painted lives wouldn't be our painted lives without Roya. I'm
It
gonna say
has
that. I'm gonna say it like that.
it has every I'm gonna say the 99% of our videos have a hard comment from
Yeah,
Roya
yeah, because she
since day one.
day one, day one, and she always watches them, and she'll always comment. She'll always leave a comment, and even if nobody leaves a comment, it's like this dead sea. The comment section.
There's
Roya's gonna be like,
Roya's heart
I'm gonna
emoji.
leave like a heart, a couple of hearts, like 3 hearts. She's super, super kind.
And
So
Roya was saying, related to balance,
yes.
are they clues that you use to realize that the painting is finished?
Um, let's say in this one, in these paintings that are usually so segmented, there is an easier way to identify when you're reaching something that may feel like a conclusion of an image, because you've been kind of ticking boxes as you go along. You've been, you have a kind of like a checklist that you're saying, okay, this is good, this is good, this is good. So in the end, you're hoping that the addition of all these things gets you to a point where you go like, okay, that's my painting. And that's not, I mean, that is kind of like embedded in an alla prima process, obviously, but it's harder to identify all of them, or sometimes you have to deal with all of them at the same time, which makes it super, super hard to digest. So I think when working with, within this manner of constructing a painting, which is a very, very classical way of doing paintings, um, you're bound to recognize like the sort of stages of a painting a little bit better, and to recognize where a painting is failing if it has like very specific shortcomings, so you can deal with those in a timely fashion, I feel. But yeah, I mean, it makes it easier, Roya, but it's also very true that you know establishing when something is finished, it's one of the hardest things that you'll ever have to try and define for yourself. So there's no easy answer there.
Juan Carlos Stella dice hola. Hola Juan Carlos, ¿qué
Hola,
tal?
buenos días.
Dave B was saying hey y'all. Hey Dave, how are you? Nicolas Mijarevic was saying it's 5:30 p.m. here in Croatia and super hot. You know, it was weird like a couple of days ago here in Bogota because we were walking back from the mall. What time was it? Maybe
Around 5:30 maybe.
5:30? Yeah. And at that time, usually in Bogota, it's dark.
Well, it's starting to get
It's starting, yeah, but it's not like sunny.
gray or like purpley or
Exactly, but it was sunny. But it was sunny and raining.
very bright too.
Yeah,
Very, very
very
bright.
bright, raining, and then it started to rain so hard.
Yeah.
And it was like, I mean, the sun was shining so bright, and it was raining so hard.
Yeah.
So
It's very strange.
Yeah.
Bogota, very Bogota.
And we saw the rainbow starting from a street or ending.
Yeah,
a
the
street.
beginning of a rainbow.
Yeah.
No pot of gold.
And I broke
The umbrella.
the umbrella because I was being dumb
No, you
playing with it. I was just using it like it was like a retractable umbrella.
Yeah.
I have to say it was broken before and we fixed it. It was broken and we fixed it. And I was playing with that and I did like that and it just like propelled the umbrella part of the umbrella.
Okay.
The covering part of the umbrella.
You do you, Danny. Go.
So I had like the stick of the umbrella in a hand and I had to like with my hands, with my fingers, hold the shade part of the umbrella open.
This is riveting.
So it was fun.
Yeah,
It was
we got
terrible but
drenched.
fun. Yeah. Roslyn was saying yay for the rose. Hi Robin. And Robin was saying, hi, Roslyn.
Oh.
Road to the rose again.
I don't know. I don't.
Uh, Roslyn was saying, Nick would be helping me with Elden Ring spoilers. LOL. Oh, so Roslyn is team spoilers for the games, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. This one, trust me, it's not super important, I feel.
Dice. Oh, Solo Priest was saying, well, I'm preparing an exhibition with musical accompaniment.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, yeah, very cool. Catherine Kenny was saying, hey, Danny, Nicholas, and chat. I'm happy you guys are early today so I can join for a bit. How are things? Things are great. I think
Yes.
things are good.
Things are good. Oh, we went from great to good that quickly?
No, things are very good. Very
Okay.
great.
Very great.
So things are very good or things are great? Yeah, things are being very cool.
Oh my God, Danny, you're drowning over there.
You know, we've been playing a lot of ping or ping pong.
Yeah, I refuse
adaptation.
to call it ping ping. I'm not gonna call it that.
So I think that makes days brighter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I just enjoy it so much. So what else? What else is new in our lives?
Oh, I know that's way to put me on the spot.
No, so everything's good.
Yeah, thank you.
And
Nice save.
Catherine.
Good save, Danny.
And Catherine, you know, this is the go-to question. How's Archie? Growing and growing? And crazy and crazy? Emily Hughes, art,
Yeah,
was saying hello, everyone. Oh, a High-Chroma painting? So fun.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Not today, but this'll be the beginnings of it.
The underpainting, yeah.
Yes.
Solo Priest was saying, Nick, you have to get the cheat codes.
For Elden Ring, I don't think I've cheated. I've cheesed it a little bit because I've been.
No, you farmed, but
yes.
that's not cheating.
It's part of the game.
I'm going to go to drink something.
Okay, yeah.
¿Quieres algo?
No, don't worry. Thank you. Yes, take a break, Danny.
No,
Take a break anytime, all the time you need. No, I usually tell myself, if it's part of the game, I could do it. Like, I don't have to be weird or feel bad about it. If they designed it to be part of the game, and farming, over leveling, very much part of the game. I'm sorry, because I'm not here to try to prove to anyone that I'm a good player. I'm a very mediocre player, but I want to have fun with the game. So, you know, if something is giving me the tools, the opportunity to just have fun with the game, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna really, really take them. I'm making this. I think the nose is gonna be a lot bigger, but I'm a huge fan of like noses, the structure in noses, and particularly the structure in Danny's nose. So if I have to sacrifice a bit of proportion for that, I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay with that.
Yes.
No. Just speaking about the proportions or misproportions that are going to be present. So, and I was just saying how I've always been a fan of your nose. It sounds weird, but
No, I like that.
it's
I like that compliment.
I like your nose in life, and I adore your nose in painting. So
So if you have to choose one,
one nose, your nose.
my painted nose, painting my
Oh.
nose, or my real life nose. Well,
Well,
but I don't know what
no,
that
yeah,
means.
that's kind of
'Cause-
weird. What does that mean?
Yeah, never
Because
mind.
now I'm like thinking like I'm like sleeping right next to your nose, just like a big nose.
Or if you choose the painted one, you have to
Yeah, what do I
take
do?
away my
no,
nose,
no.
nose?
No, this is
I don't know.
this is terrible, Danny.
Eric Hendon
Mhm.
was saying, hi, Danny and Nicolas. Hope you're doing good.
Oh, same to you.
Hey, Eric. We're doing great. How are you?
Oh, you went back to great. That's cool.
R2112
Uh-huh.
was saying, Hola, I'm from Brighton. Love you guys.
Oh.
Oh, hey, welcome. Because
Yeah, you
I think
lost
I've
Cucurella.
I think I've never seen R2112 here.
No. You know, R2, the game the one game that I was lucky enough to go see at Anfield was against Brighton. 2-2 last we were playing at home. I say we because I'm a Scouser. We were playing at home and tough game. Tough game. You guys have a good solid team. It's amazing. It's pretty amazing. That day I gained like a lot of respect for Brighton.
Um, Nakshatra Sony was saying, Hello. For the first time, I joined when you guys are live. I watch your videos while working. Amazing art and great dynamic between you both. Keep going. Oh,
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know if that spells well for your job. But keep watching us while you work. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, but you don't know what the work is. So maybe, because while I'm painting or sculpting,
Yeah.
while I'm working,
Yeah.
I watch videos or
Yeah.
I mean there's works that you can do.
Yeah, but I don't know why I always imagine when people say that to us that their job is like the world depends on this job. You know? It's almost like
they're
the
making
lost
a
it's
surgery.
or like the lost thing that you have to press like the buttons, you know? I always feel that that's the job, like the character of the job when people tell us like, no. I'm doing this while I'm working. Like, please, no, watch those radiation levels.
No, so Nakshatra Sony was saying I'm an artist too, so it's inspiring for my job.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Nicholas Mijarevic was saying Invitable Boulder. Invitable Boulder.
I'm lost.
Invisible Boulder?
Oh, invisible boulder. Yes. It's literally, I know it sounds ridiculous. It appears as it's about to hit you. I know. As I was saying it, I was like, how cheap can you be? You know, getting hit by an invisible boulder. But literally, it is an invisible boulder, and it does bowl you over if you don't know that it's coming.
Oh, nah.
Okay, yeah.
Liad was saying, did you talk about your palette for the High-Chroma painting?
Yes, Liad. It's going to be, not today, but it's going to be...
There's two options.
A more traditional bismuth yellow, magenta, quinacridone magenta, and cobalt blue. Or the boulder, the invisible boulder, with I think it's a cobalt turquoise. I see it over there.
Yeah, I see it too, and it looks
on the floor.
Beautiful.
It looks tealish,
Beautiful.
tealish. So, maybe it's just another form of, that weird cobalt teal color. But we're going to try it out. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Nukembe dice, jeje, es Nukembe con la E en español. Entonces ya sabemos que es Nukembe y que es que Nukembe habla español.
Habla español, perfecto.
Gabriel Pozo dice, buenos días, ¿cómo están?
Buenos
Hola
días,
Gabriel, ¿qué tal? Estamos muy bien. ¿Cómo está Gabriel? Liad was saying, Roya, I don't know if it's helpful, but for me, I know a painting done when I don't know what else I can do to it to improve it, regardless of if I think it's good or not. Roslyn was saying, Danny, your hair looks amazing today. Oh, thank you, Roslyn. I went to the hair salon.
Saloon. I like when you say saloon.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
hair salon.
Yeah, I like to imagine your cowboy boots and somebody getting thrown out of a window.
I've gone to the hair salon with my cowboy boots, so.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, very in character. Si se dice así, no?
Yeah, it's perfect. However you want to say.
Yeah, but I went because I had a lot of roots. Like my roots were showing. I think that's the way you say it. So thank you.
Same problem here.
Well, your roots are the ones that show.
Well, the
That
ones
are
that
only
come out of my
showing.
feet, I feel.
No, I mean you only have roots.
I only have roots? Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice. Nice, Danny. Thank you for this. Oh, don't even try this. Don't even.
Margo dice, estoy con un retrato de mi sobrino para regalárselo por su santo.
Ay, ¿cuál es el santo del sobrino?
¿Cómo así regalárselo por su santo? No, porque es un retrato de mi sobrino
Pues no sé,
para regalárselo por su santo. ¿Qué significa su santo,
de pronto se lo
Margo?
encomendaron a algún santo. De pronto donde vive, las ciudades normalmente tienen santos, santos patronos.
Y entonces uno celebra a su santo.
De pronto se lo encomiendan cuando uno nace a un santo, entonces de pronto hoy es el cumpleaños del santo y le quieren dar como el regalo. Algo así, de pronto, puede ser, puede ser.
Pero es un retrato del sobrino, mi amor.
Pues sí, porque pues no le pueden dar al santo nada.
No, pensé que ibas a decir que hacer un retrato del santo para el sobrino.
Pero pues no, pues se le hacen al sobrino. No, no sé. Pues es que uno, no
Toca
sé.
que Margo nos explique. Sí. Gabriel Iván HG dice, ¿vas a ingresar al workshop de Ruprecht en Art Digger Lab?
¿Y se puede ingresar gratis? Ahí vi que, ahí vi, creo, me mandaron un video de Ruprecht, pero, no sé, o sea, ¿se puede?
A ver.
No, muy mal si estamos al mismo tiempo que Ruprecht haciendo un workshop gratis, pues, o sea, que uno puede meterse. O sea, termino el video antes yo.
Espérate porque no me abre. Mm, se quedó cargando. A
Sí, yo he
ver.
hecho con Art
No,
Digger.
dice online event all day 380 euros.
Ah, bueno. Eh, no, está un poquito, pues,
El 2 de
costosiris,
septiembre.
pero, mm, ¿es un día, Linda?
Es un día.
¿Sí? ¿Un día
Dice
380?
all day. Sí, y hay uno también el 7 de octubre
Sí.
de Kehoe,
Ah, ella es genial, monstra.
Lichman.
Uy, Susan Lichtman, sí.
A ver, espérate.
Y
Mm,
Zoe, o quién será como la otra
mm,
Power,
no, a
Power
ver,
Painter.
dice experience content. Jennifer Pochinski.
Ah, muy buena también.
Sí, pero entonces es con las
Muy
tres.
buenas las tres, pintorzasas. Uf.
Ah, no, pero espérate,
Ah, bueno.
porque dice all day,
Wait.
wait, all day, pero entonces el de Ruprecht de pronto no es solo un día. No, mira, son 3 módulos. Son 3 weeks.
Mmm.
Dice Friday, el 2 de septiembre,
Sí,
de 11 a 1.
sí.
Luego el 3 de septiembre, de 11 a 1. El 4 de septiembre, de 11 a 1. Y luego segundo módulo del 9 de septiembre, de 11 a 1. El 10 y el 11 también de 11 a 1. Y la sesión final, septiembre 17, de 11 a 1.
Wow, pero eso vale ¿todo eso vale 380?
Sí,
¿En serio?
sí,
Ah, no, está re bien.
sí, sí, sí. Es que yo
Ah, no,
pensé
no,
que era
no.
un día.
Sí, no, 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 está re
Sí,
bien.
380. Y el de Catherine Kehoe, Susan Lichtman y Jennifer Pochinski
Ujú.
también es de, a ver, dice, la primera es con Jennifer Pochinski, octubre 7, 8 y 9 de 11 a 1.
O sea, no, pero discúlpame.
Luego,
Son
otra
cuatro
semana
artistas,
son
tres
3
sesiones.
artistas.
No, tú me diste ahí cuatro con Ruprecht.
No, porque Ruprecht es un taller aparte. O
Ah,
sea,
esa parte
Ruprecht
aparte, ya,
tiene
ya,
3 semanas y
ya, ya,
hay
ya.
un taller que son ellas 3
Perfecto,
y cada una es una semana.
perfecto, ya, ya te entendí. Es que
Ajá.
pensé que todo eso era
Ah,
380.
no, no. El de ellas, las 3 semanas de ellas cuestan 515 euros.
Perfecto, perfecto.
Perfecto.
Y lo de Ruperto es...
Ruperto.
sí, sí, sí. Es
El 2 de septiembre.
3 días de...
No,
¿Cuántas horas diarias?
no, 3 días.
3 sesiones, 3 días.
Tres, no, 3 días, mi amor.
¿No me dijiste 3?
No, son 3 módulos. O sea, el primer módulo es viernes, sábado y domingo. O sea, 2, 3 y 4 de septiembre.
Sí.
Segundo módulo, 9, 10 y 11 de septiembre. Y luego la sesión final es otro día. O sea, son 1, 2, 3,
¿Son
4,
9
5, 6,
sesiones?
7. Mi amor. 7. Son 7 días. Y todos los días es de 11 a 1.
Ah, 2 horas.
Ajá.
Bueno, no, igual está bien.
Son 7 días, 2 horas. Bueno, ¿dónde estamos?
De pronto, lo que pasa es que es bastante. Entonces tendríamos que cuadrarlo nuestro trabajo con respecto a lo que, al horario que sea el taller. Pero me encantaría. Él se me hace, pues, yo creo que sobra todo lo que puedo decir ya de él. Pues ustedes seguramente me han oído durante todo este tiempo hablar de él, pero pues es mi pintor contemporáneo favorito. De pronto me lo regalo de cumpleaños. Entonces, de pronto.
Mm, Margo dice, haciendo un esfuerzo por usar la paleta Zorn, porque yo soy más de saturados. Y Margo dice, se llama Agustín y su santo es el 28 de agosto, porque ese día es San Agustín. Aquí celebramos
Mm,
los días de cumple y el día de tu santo. Uy,
o sea que el nombre que le dan
doble
a uno ya
cumpleaños.
sugiere es un santo.
Sí.
Eso es lo que estoy entendiendo. O sea, a uno no le pueden poner un nombre que no tenga un santo. Uno queda como maidenless, como en Elden Ring. Santoless.
Santoles. Eh, y el mío,
Pero es que yo no sé cuántas
Daniela.
Danielas habrá santas.
Ah, mira, no. El 21 de julio, el día de Santa Daniela.
Sí, pero habrá
Mm,
solo una Santa Daniela.
pues no sé. Hay una que es la del 21 de julio, no sé.
Sí.
Em, Bruno V
Ujú.
was saying, "Hello, Danny and Nicolas. How was your week? How has your week been going? Any news with the books?"
Books are good.
Yeah,
Remember, I think our books are done. Our set. I mean, I think the design of our book is
the
done.
layout is on. Yeah,
Yeah. I think
but
I think everything is good, but the thing is, mm, we are going to try to have everything coordinated. So when we travel to the U.S., um, we have the books having been already shipped there, so we can go over there and do all the paperwork that's necessary to liberate them, to have them nationalized, to have them imported. And then a lot of packing has to be done. So we are good because remember that we in the Kickstarter campaign, I think we said December as our
we did.
ship date.
Yes.
So I think we're very good. And somebody had asked, "Oh, when are you going to start sharing, info on how it's going in terms of printing?" So we have to fit our book into the printing schedule of the printer.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be very, very mindful about that. But we have our cover already figured out, and we have our 200 pages of images figured out. Well, not 200 pages of
Of
images,
images.
but the
200
200
pages
interior pages,
content of, yeah.
figured out. And the only thing we're missing is the small uh, a small little bit of writing that we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah.
But that's already in the works. So the tough part, I would say, in terms of what the book is gonna look like, is already figured out. We know the paper, we know the size, we know everything about what we want the book to look like. So
Yeah.
I think we are very happy about the decisions that we made.
Mhm.
Now, in terms of printing, because Danny and I are probably going to be spending 2 days, like that's almost like a 2 full days. So those days we're probably not going to be able to do videos because we have to. We already did this, and it's like a whole day. It
Yeah, we
literally
have to go to the printing place. ¿Cómo se llama? Printer?
press. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have to be there. So they're gonna do like the printing of the papers, and we have to
So we have to
like sign to
yeah, we have to
authorize
approve
them.
every plate.
Exactly.
So for that to happen for 200 pages,
2 days, yeah.
that's 2 days easy.
Yeah.
That's 2 days easy.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of plates.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be maybe 4 images per plate, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Either 4 or 6 images per plate. So that's going to be a lot of pages.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to be, when we get to that point, we're going to be sharing as much as we can from the process for sure. But everything's going well.
Yeah.
Everything is going well. We haven't spent the money, so don't worry. We haven't touched that money, so
Oh no, of
it's
course
not like we're going to say, "Hey guys, sorry, we ran into some trouble. Shipping was terrible, and the next time you see me, I'm going to be Finn taking off his hood, and you're going to see long locks of like blonde hair coming out of my body with my new hair that I've paid for with your money." And I'm gonna be like, "Hello." Ooh, I don't know how to do a sexy.
That's not sexy at all.
Well, I wouldn't look sexy with. I don't know
What's
what I'm
that?
doing. I don't know. I'm gonna look like an idiot with my, blonde hair.
Catherine Kenny was saying, I love your to-go questions. I should just offer the info, haha. He's great, keeping me busy and growing like a weed. Danny, I'll DM you a pic and post one on the Discord today. Oh, please do. So this is my Instagram. So I'm gonna check, because maybe you've already sent it. I'm gonna check. And Cody said, haha, Catherine. Yeah, first comment should always be an Archie update. Please.
Please.
Please. It's like
Please.
Please. It's like Jose Fails.
Yes, with the weather, with
yeah, exactly.
Nevada
the weather
weather.
report, yeah.
Yes.
Which, by the way, we've been missing Jose.
Always. He's very nice.
So I don't see it. Maybe let me check. I think something's happening with my Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't see my DMs.
Yeah, Instagram has been weird lately. Yeah, for me,
but
it's
I'm good now.
no. For me, it's been like it's horrible.
So first, throwback, Nicolas.
What's that?
So Archie.
Oh, look at that little mutt.
Yeah, but that was at the beginning.
Yeah.
So this was the first.
Very cute.
Yeah, and now let's see, because I haven't seen it. Oh, I know, he's beautiful.
Oh, look at that. He's horrendous.
His eyes, I love it. Mira.
Oh no, he looks like he has way too much energy. I got tired just looking at him. Oh yeah, no.
I love the last photo.
Oh,
that he's just like giving you the glance, like.
Yeah, he's probably heard it by now. He's probably done some things.
Beautiful. And Catherine was saying he has more than doubled in size. Oh yeah, we can see. And I think he's just starting to grow. So, Darian Gallardo dice, hola a todos. Hola Darian, ¿qué tal?
Gallardo.
Francisco Javier García Magritte dice, ¿podría decir la paleta que normalmente utiliza? Gracias.
Claro, para las pinturas que hemos hecho las últimas 3 semanas, ha sido una base, digamos, una base porque pues a una le pusimos como un color invitado que fue el cobalto y a otra le invitamos otro color que fue el viridian, el verde viridian. Pero la base siempre ha sido mm, blanco titanio, amarillo ocre, rojo cadmio y negro marfil. Entonces, una paleta súper, súper clásica, barroca, sencillísima. Esa paleta se
Mm,
puede, si ven los videos anteriores, esa paleta la pueden ver mientras estamos trabajando todo el tiempo.
uh, so,
Zoe y Frank. Oh, I think there's at Sugar Lift, there's a really cool show for the people that are maybe East Coast, close-ish to New York. It's a collective, it's a group show. It looked really, really nice.
Drawing Things was saying, hey, I have a question if it's okay. Yeah,
Please,
please go
yes.
ahead.
Oh my God, these are scary, but yes. Never shy
Mm,
away from questions.
Maria Caqueiro
Oh, who is that?
dice, hola Ani y Coco, ¿cómo van? Hola Cacaíto Pelón. Muy bien, ¿y tú? Em, ¿Qué andan haciendo hoy, Cacaíto? Porque hoy, acuérdate que es festivo.
Hoy aquí, sí, hoy aquí
Es
nosotros
día de
trabajando.
descanso para el resto. Eric Hendon was saying, I'm doing good. Too hot today, though.
Uf.
How hot, Eric? I want to know. Because after being there in Rome,
Yeah.
I think I've never experienced that hot.
There were some days that were very hot.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I've been hotter.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe en onda.
You
Let
know
me
what it
see.
is? It wasn't, we only had, from what I remember, just one really bad humid day. Or
Mhm.
maybe one really bad one and then, maybe 2 other humid days.
Mhm.
But I have a feeling that I've been on like heat waves in New York with 100% humidity that were unbearable.
Yeah.
Like unbearable.
Oh yeah, because I have to say it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was crazy hot. Don't get me wrong, but as you were saying, it wasn't that humid.
No,
So
just
it
one
was,
day that
and
we were
it's
sticking to everything, but
and it's like gelato's paradise. So
okay, not
if
for
you
me then, but yes, sure.
if you're like overheating, you can have a gelato,
You were overeating. That's what you were
and
doing with
then you
gelato.
start overeating. Yeah, as I did. Um, let's see. Mm. Oh, Nicholas Mijarovich. Oh, so it was my bad reading. Because when you were saying invisible, boulder,
Yeah.
Nicholas
They were
said
referencing this.
invisible, balder, balder.
Boulder, then. Bolt.
Bold. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Invisible boulder. And they were saying, haha, I was making a stupid pun. So sorry for the confusion. Haha, I often regret speaking. No,
Oh, those
never
Croatian
do.
puns.
Never do, Nicola. Darko B was saying, hi guys, how are you? Hey,
Hey,
Darko.
Darko.
We're good. How are you? Let's see. Catherine was saying, Cody, indeed, I just saw the pics of Ghost. How is he doing? Offer me some reassurance that the puppy stage eventually ends.
Never.
Gabriel Pozo dice, pintando con ustedes también.
Qué
Carita
bueno.
feliz. And I have to add, because
What's that?
I am excited.
Mm.
You know what I'm going to talk about.
Oh, Jesus
But
Christ.
that in December, we're going to
Okay.
join the puppy club.
The puppy club? Is that what
Yeah.
it's called?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. The puppy club finally.
I'm very excited for you.
No, no, but not only for me. It's our puppy.
Yeah. But I've seen puppies.
I've seen
Yeah,
puppies too.
I've seen puppies
Thank
from a
you. Yeah, yeah,
distance.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No. I've helped, with
You've
a
had
bunch of
puppies,
puppies,
let's say. You've had dogs
bringing
before.
up a bunch of puppies. So,
You've had puppies.
I've gone through that, and I'm very excited for you to go through that.
Yes. I'm very excited for both of us to
Yeah, for
go
you
through
to
it.
like 100%,
No.
you
No.
feeling like this is my dog, feeling
Mm-mm.
empowered that this is like your new partner.
No.
Like
My
this
new
is,
partner,
yeah.
no.
We're doing, you're telling the dog, this is the two of us. We're doing things together.
No.
We
No.
are a power couple.
No.
You and me, dog.
No, Nicolas.
I'm so proud of you, Danny.
No.
So
No,
proud.
don't be, because you have to be super responsible with the dog
So
too.
proud of you. Like
It's
you
the
can't
decision
imagine.
we both.
You can't imagine how much I respect you for this.
Ajá. Pero si no te hagas. Gabriel Iván HG
Mm-hmm.
dice, no, hay que pagar por el workshop. Carita triste, no es gratis. Sí, claro.
Pero, creyendo entender todos los días que me dijo Dani, que todavía creo que quedé muy confundido por mi propia
No,
estupidez.
mira, 3 días,
Sí,
o sea,
señora.
es viernes, sábado y domingo. Di tú,
No,
esta
pero
primera
¿qué es?
semana, a
No
ver,
me digas un ditu como mi
primera
mamá.
semana, viernes, sábado y domingo,
Sí.
de 11 a 1. El
Sí.
viernes, el sábado y el domingo. O
Sí,
sea,
ahí van 3
2 horas,
días.
2 horas, 2 horas.
3
3
por
días.
2 días, que son
Luego el
6.
módulo 2,
Módulo 2.
porque eso lo llaman
Módulo
módulo
1.
1.
Módulo
Módulo
2.
2 son otros 3 días, viernes, sábado y domingo.
Otras
por
2
2
horas.
horas.
6 horas van otra vez ahí.
Exacto. Y luego el tercer módulo es
Módulo
solo
3.
un día.
Un
es
día,
como
o
el
sea,
cierre.
3 por 1.
Ajá.
Entonces son 15 horas totales. Eso es bueno, 15 horas. Me gusta.
Francisco Javier García Magritte dice, saludos desde Andalucía, España.
Qué lindo.
Ay,
Andalucía.
saludos desde Bogotá,
Andalú.
Colombia. A Francisco Javier
Bogotá,
García Magritte.
Colombia.
No hablé así, pero así no sonaría Bogotá, Colombia, perdóname.
Sí.
Así sonaría Colombia, pero no Bogotá, Colombia.
Ujú.
Bruno V was saying, Nicolas, I was wondering
Yes.
if you have used Dolly.
No.
There's
I
an
haven't.
option to put your own images/art in and make variations of it. I was using it earlier and it was revelatory.
Wow. Yeah, I've noticed how touchy this subject has become for a lot of artists, and particularly artists that are going or are feeling, because we have no idea what's going to happen, but are feeling that their jobs and their industry is going to be heavily impacted. So I am thinking that the industries that are most going to feel that that effect, and this is not immediate, by the way. I think we're still some years away from thinking that a tool like this can start to really take over. But I'm guessing people that are in the character development, I'm guessing some concept designers that have to do open environments. I don't know how, again, I don't know how useful a tool it is still for something that has to have like a very specific intent. We were talking about this the other time, but intent is the sole thing that's missing from this, but it's an enormous thing that's missing. I mean, intent in art is, even if your intent is just to kind of like roll the die and then have a lot of people be sort of activate the starting conditions that you have kind of like set in motion, even if it's that sort of work, as opposed to like a work of a very traditional painter that is kind of like guiding you through a painting that has already decided what they want to paint, at what rhythm they want their painting to be traversed. But there's a tons of ways to define interaction with a viewer. But I still feel that the intent underlies all those interactions, and that there are different characters of intent. But one sort of intent that is missing is in any of its ways, in any of its meaning, is is the one that is absent from all those images that are still generated. I think those images really depend on us and depend on our own experience consuming those sort of images, so that we can grant them this kind of meaning that is not there. So they are sort of void of a particular meaning, but the thing is, they are almost like they're sucking all the meaning, all the like an essential meaning from so many places, from so many sources, that I think us as viewers are a little confused right now, and it's very hard for us to realize that we are a really big part of why these images work. Like, we, in the sense that we are the ones that gave all of the like all of the essential matter where it's feeding itself from comes from us. Unless it's like already feeding from itself, it's cannibalizing, which is very weird. But it's feeding from centuries, millennia of images, if you think about it that way. And I'm not saying millennia of making images, but of the collection of images that span millennia of, like, humankind. Um, but as I was saying, I don't think that I think that we're not realizing that a lot of it is just like it's almost like a proposed image, but then we complete it entirely in our brains. Like, we have a feeling of what something looks like and what something feels like, the vibe that you're getting from an image. But it almost, for me, it feels like a springboard. It almost feels like, oh, I got enough energy to, like, now do my role, which hasn't changed, which is, actually provide now some intent for your image, because that is void, that is completely absent from these works. And the other thing that I've noticed that it just fails miserably is at drawing. It really does. It doesn't understand drawing at all. And I think for the people that are a little worried, because shapes, it does compose, it does use shapes, it does use colors to, like, configure these images, but it can't draw for the life of it. It can't really draw. So I would say let's all be, packing up and getting ready to leave for whatever other planet we're hopefully able to move by then. But when this thing starts spitting out Kim Jong-gis, oh my God, then we're all fucked. I'm sorry. Or when it starts drawing like Eliza, yeah, we should worry. Or like Claire Wendling, if a thing like that draws like Claire Wendling, yeah, we can all stop. But it doesn't, because it can't. From the way that it's feeding itself from images, it just cannot comprehend drawing. And maybe there's something to be learned from that, that impossibility. And I think it speaks about our own role in drawing. Drawing is probably, I mean, we forget about it, but drawing has to be one of the most powerful tools of expression that humanity has ever, come up with. It is so pure, it is so quick, it is so direct, it's so easy to understand, that there is something that, you can kind of understand what a drawing looks like. Like, if this is like as if an alien look at a drawing and they had to describe what a drawing looks like to somebody else, when they go back to their planet. But to understand the why of the drawing, to understand the like conjunction of all those of decision making, which is what a drawing, the essence of a drawing is about decision making. I think that those decisions are so freaking complex. Like if you look at a, again, like at a Schiele drawing, if you look at Egon Schiele drawing, it is so ridiculously hard to understand, the weight that is in every one of those like tiny little strokes and breaks in line, and if there's a tiny change of angle, it means
Mm.
something. If you look at an Ashley Wood drawing, like there is like decision making is so imperative, so much so that Ashley, if when he doesn't like a decision, he puts white out on top of his drawing and then attempts to find it again to clean up that decision. I don't think this thing will ever understand what it means to decide. It can pick stuff because an algorithm can pick stuff, but and as Callum was explaining to me, if it's all binary, if it's all either this or this, if it's all ones and zeros, if it's all yes to this and no to this, and that's the way it learns, by yes or no, yes or no, there's nothing grayer than art. Nothing. There's nothing grayer than decision making. It's hard, it's confusing, it's so impossible to pin down why somebody would suddenly, press down harder or make something simpler. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. So maybe, and this hopefully should give people some peace. When you see this thing falter a drawing, it means much more than we think. It speaks so much more about the real limits it currently has. So I don't know. Do I think that it's going to make tons of jobs more efficient in the future? Yes. Yes, there's no doubt. No doubt about that. There's absolutely no way it can't do that. Like there's everything is set there for this thing to be incredibly efficient for the future. But I don't know how, I don't know why people are not scared with like the new Unreal Engine, where you can make assets for it, where everyone can make assets for it. Anyone can make, trash cans and road signs, and you can upload those, and you can, download those. I think like it gives you the chance, if I'm not mistaken, to eventually, or right now maybe it doesn't, but eventually it will give you a chance to just say, I'm going to populate this city. I want to make like New York City, like what they did with like the Matrix. I want to make New York, but I want like benches. I want these park benches so that I can do, I don't know, Madison Square Park. And there's somebody, you go through the assets and you go like, these benches are nice, but oh, look, this other user has modeled these benches that are beautiful, and I'm going to use the benches from Benchmaker 93, whatever. And you pay that person for their benches, for the right to use their benches. And then you start populating this. So it's going to be like this collective knowledge that is going to make video games. Now, that is just one type of video game, of course. But that's how things push, because, when we think of how technology pushes, we don't realize that, yeah, but people make video games like Cuphead, which is it's signaling back to 80-year-old animation. Not 80, maybe 70, 80-year-old animation. So, there's things that are so different that it doesn't mean that a tool that can do like a little sci-fi figure in like this broader space like really well as an establishing shot, it's going to be good for everything. No, you know what I was thinking of, Danny, the other day when I was do you remember those kind of like almost like 3D skulls that I showed you the other day? Those like
Yeah.
crystal. I blended the idea of like a snow globe
Yeah.
with like a crystal,
Yeah, I remember.
with like a skull having like a gem inside, whatever.
Mhm.
You know what I thought about? I thought of my brother, because my brother used to play D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, when he was younger.
Mhm.
I never got into it, but I always thought that it was essentially very cool. It was something that could have been very cool. I just didn't have like the proper personality to play those things. But I think like so many people play either online, and it used to be the thing that the guy that was in charge. So there's this dude that's always going to be in charge of telling you like what you're doing and what
Yeah.
you encounter,
Yeah, I know the.
like a dungeon master.
Yeah.
So imagine if that dungeon master could tell you, and you find this skull, and
Mhm.
then maybe they're not artists, but they messed around and they figured out how to make like a skull in this thing, and they show it to you in your computer. That is so cool to say,
Yeah.
like, oh wow, that's the thing that was in the chest. It just, I think it propels your imagination a whole lot more. And that's just a dumb little example, but
Mhm.
I think that, you know, I don't know why we've always felt that art has to be exclusive. Like, we are so critical of art being exclusive, but when we think of our roles in art, we kind of want them to be exclusive. We want to say, like, oh no, we are essential to all of this. You can't do it. I can. I've been suffering. I've been, feeling hunger. I've had a crap job. I live in a shit apartment for years. I went to school. I'm in debt. I work my ass off every single day. Like, I've earned it. I've earned this. I've earned the right to say that I'm an artist. You can't just come along and then suddenly say that you are an artist. I think it's so weird how we are, in many ways, we feel that art shouldn't be excluding. Like, I've always made the point of how, common practice in museums and galleries, even in art school, in the language that is spoken, with art, it's very excluding. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that it is excluding.
Mhm.
It is art is the sort of thing that, people sometimes tell you, oh, you don't get the painting. It's because you're not educated.
Hmm.
Read more,
Or that
search
people
more,
don't
look
even want
more.
to get close to because they don't want to feel dumb.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
that's how it makes them feel, which
right.
is terrible.
Right. So if this thing has made you feel stupid your whole life, and it has told you indirectly that you don't get it, and you don't get it because you didn't study it, or because you don't read about it, or because you don't keep in touch with, things that are art movements, or how they are morphing, progressing, changing, in this contemporary world, people are like, yeah, yeah, great, thanks. That's
Hmm.
not for me. So I do think that there's a ton of artists nowadays that try to have people believe, like, feel that they are invited and they're vital to the process of this exchange that happens when you're socializing work. But it's so weird that we want to fight for that, because I think we all want to fight for that. Like, when we make a video game, we want everyone to enjoy it. When we make a painting, we're hoping that it moves as much people as it can move. When you make a movie or documentary, you're hoping that your audience, it gets bigger and bigger, and that the message that you're trying to convey is passed on through tons of people. I know that a lot of people go like, no, 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 I feel fine, with having like this niche audience, but that doesn't make your art any more true than art that can reach a ton of people.
Hmm.
So I do think that it's probably not necessarily our objective all the time to be able to reach, as many people as we can, but I do feel that art becomes more powerful the more people it touches, and the more people it gets to, you get to think about things. I don't know. I don't think art in itself can change anything. I don't think this drawing is going to change or solve anything. But if it gives people, the right people, a moment of, you know, of deep thought, and if in within that sort of self exploration, they find answers to very complex things, then art had its purpose. Like,
Yeah.
our art had a job to do, and it did it wonderfully. If it provided you with introspection, and within that introspection you found answers, and the answers could be to very complex things or to very simple things, then art was essential. Art was like, yes, it moved somebody to the right place where you know, they found the answer that they were looking for. So I think that that's amazing. But if we at the same time are willing to say, oh, a lot of more people are going to be touched by this, and we have a problem with that. We have a problem that now people that don't know about image making, they can make images. It's like, how dare they? How dare they make images? And we're going to be feeling, yeah, but they are void, like I was saying at the beginning, because I think part of understanding our worth and our role in all of this is saying, crap, what do I do? How am I essential in this? Like, how do I find my place and my worth in all of this? And that's why I was saying I don't think that thing can draw. And it's not my take on it. I think it's very obvious that that thing can't draw. Any of these things can't draw. So maybe that's like a way of grasping at trying to say, oh, maybe that's, maybe in there lies some sort of answer that is showing me where I can still shine and where I am still essential to all of this. Um, but yeah, but I've been feeling kind of weird of how people are very either overprotective of what they do, which means that they wouldn't never accept that job to be challenged. I mean, painting has been challenged for decades now. Even like sorts of different types of painting has been challenged for over a century. So I think painting kind of knows what it means to be challenged. I'm not saying we are beyond being challenged, but I'm saying like we've heard about painting being useless for decades now, centuries. So, I think I'm fine with that. Um, and I can totally understand why professionals would feel like this is doomsday. This is it. This is it for me. But I think if anything, history shows us that it does take something away, but it gives you something back. Like in terms of art, it will take something away, but it opens up, like, it's going to tell you, I need those keys because you can't go through those doors again. And you're going to be like, no, that's how I got to work, through those doors. Like, this is crazy. But if you don't turn around and if you don't realize that, 20 doors just opened behind you, then that's your own fault, I would feel. And your own fault, not just as an artist, but, as a human being, of saying, like, you can be stubborn here and just, like, curl up in a ball and say it's over. Or you can just say, wow, this is art teaching me that it just moves. It moves all the time. It's just constantly, constantly morphing and moving. Um, and you know what was also weird, Danny, that I posted I think for the people that know us, they know that it was very lighthearted when I posted that thing with the fist bumping baby.
Yeah.
There were people that were like, oh, it's sad to see you post these things. Like, I was here. I'm usually here for your painting and your joy of painting, your traditional painting, but this is not cool. Just seeing you post these these AI things, and I think it was the point was making fun of it because, and I even said it, like, AI doesn't understand what it means to be like a dumb freshman kid making your first painting. That's what I was when I did Fist Bumping Baby. And there's something priceless about it. There's something so wrong and so off, but so wonderful about it,
Mm-hmm.
that, those things can't be reproduced. It just can't. You can prompt, because James Gurney was I thought it was super cute that he was saying, but what are your prompts? What did you write? And I just wanted to write, James, it doesn't matter. It's fist pumping baby with a fist pump, like a full body
But
flying fist pumping
I
baby.
think it's interesting that James Gurney asked that,
Yeah.
because I think that's the way that maybe in a near future people are gonna start understanding the AI art.
Yeah.
So it's not about what you are as an artist, but how you phrase it.
Right. But
So
wouldn't it be
again,
sad that it's trying to be super accessible, but we artists are gating it by saying the trick is in the prompt. You have to be good at prompting.
no,
You
no,
you
no,
have
no,
to know your
no,
way
no,
through
no, because
prompting.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that that's what's gonna make the difference. That an artist like studies and gets to know their like flaws and the things they're good at, and that's the way they can sort of define what they do. But people that can create amazing images in AI are just going to be people that know how to word out. So it's going to be super different from creating art.
or it,
So I don't think it's like as you were saying, because you were saying that there's people saying that now artists have to be like very good at phrasing out things for AI.
yeah,
I don't think that goes hand in hand. Because again, you could be a killer artist but be terrible with words.
yeah,
So
yeah. So that's sometimes I get worried because I feel that we're just like blindly grasping for answers in the wrong place. But we're doing it because it just feels desperate. It just feels like we have to there's got to be like a trick to this, or there's got to be like a thing that shows that it is us who will always have the value. It is us who will always understand how things should be made. Like we have sort of this information that it's not that other people can't access because hey, I've discovered how to talk to this AI, and that is my worth. And I just think that that's not it. Like that is so not where our value lies in. It'll never be. It's in something as simple as that. Maybe right now it feels like we are desperate enough to believe that yes, that's where it is. And I'm guessing that people that know how to take advantage of a tool, like any other tool, they are understanding how to write to this thing. But like I said, I've gotten amazing results with 2 words. With 2 words, you don't need anything. You don't really need anything. That is the craziest part of it. So I don't know, but again, if you want to feel, I would say if you want to feel amazing, this thing can't draw. So just look to drawing. Look to drawing in all its forms. We're not talking just, Kim Jung-gi. We're not talking just, traditional, any sort of like classically based drawing. No, drawing as decision making, drawing as the purest form of decision making, like visual decision making. That thing can't do that. I could tell it draw something in the style of Ashley Wood, draw something in the style of Masamune Shirow, draw something in the style of Kim Jung-gi, draw something in the style of Eliza, of Karl Kapinski, of Claire Wendling. It cannot do those things. It just can't. It you see it break. You see the mind of it break because they just see little blotches. I told the thing. I think John Paul Leon when he was doing commissions, he did one before mine that was Doctor Doom. One of Doctor Doom. I think it was who was Doctor Doom fighting in that one? I think it was Batman and Doctor Doom fighting it out. It was crazy. It is insanely good. It's so goddamn good. Um, and I told the thing, do a Doctor Doom,
I told the
inside
thing.
it. Yeah, I told the AI,
Uh huh.
draw like pen and ink drawing Doctor Doom inside some Latvian castle or whatever, um, sitting on a throne, like I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I wrote a bunch of dumb stuff. Oh, and in the style of Jean Paul Leon, and I fed it some images so that it kind of knew what Jean Paul Leon's comic book stuff, looked like black and white comic book stuff looked like. And it was disgraceful. It can't do it. It just, I mean, it does something weird, blotchy and weird. And I tried to look for it a ton. I tried to like sort of re-roll it a lot to see if maybe it found its way. It could find its way. I can't. Then I realized, oh, you can't do this. You really can't do this. Like, really, I could give you a million chances to try and do this, and you can't. It's impossible. It's really impossible for you to do this. So I think we're not there. We're not there where this thing can make decisions. It can make decisions in terms of ones and zeros. Ones and zeros. But how do you teach it why one decision feels better than another? Why, if I push your mouth to this side and I push your chin to this side, it's just a weirdly kind of super intense Danny essence. There's like an essence of Danny there that it's amazing. Why would why would it recognize that or know that or want to do that? It just doesn't. It really doesn't, and it can't. So I don't know. I've been, now I think my mind was like, how they say how if you put a lot of sand in this glass of water and you shake it, all you're going to see immediately is just this, this blur, this kind of um, little whirlwind of sand just everywhere in this bit of water, and it's going to be opaque and you can't see through it. But if you give it enough time, it'll settle in the bottom. It just settles, and then you can actually even like drink this glass without disturbing, a lot of that sand that's settled in the bottom. I think my mind is here now with this. And I think I see the cool, the potential, the bad, and the things that it can't do. I'm not saying I'm like visionary and I can see it. I think you can easily spot them. But I also sense how this can be so scary and overwhelming that it's like really putting a lot of artists, a lot of very talented artists' minds, it's messing with them. It's really messing with them. And not in a good way. It's messing with them. It like, if you go to bed thinking this thing is going to take over my job, and if that's the thought that invades your brain, I think that's a dark place. And I think you should get out of that place like right now, because we're not even, first of all, because we're not even close for that to happen. And the second is just like, it will never put you in a position where you will be able to find your worth. It will never be able to, from there, you'll never gonna, feel like you can spot the places where you can shine. And I do think that artists need to be in those positions, like desperately in those positions, so that they find like those new doors that are gonna open up for sure. Yeah, but I don't think it's as simple as the art of prompting that like art schools are now gonna offer prompting 101,
Because it
from
has
now on.
no, that has nothing to do with
No, no.
like the art process.
No, no, no. It has to do with language. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, and language is wonderful, but it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with image making at its core. So,
Bueno.
bueno, bueno. I went with I
what?
went with this bigger,
Yeah.
and it messed up with my proportions down here. So I'm trying to come to terms with those two. So I think I'm going to do like a really weird collage of those two proportions. And I think that's okay.
Eric Hendon was saying it reminds me of this movie Upgrade from 2018, where an AI is implanted into this guy's body and it eventually takes over and controls this guy's motor functions. Cody Winnicky was saying, don't you think the exclusivity of art is the thing that at least partially instigates people to break from the norm and start new movements? Where someone says, this is what art is, there's always someone to say, I'm going to do it differently.
Maybe you're right.
Solo Priest was saying, oh, this is interesting, was saying AI could never do a self-portrait, perhaps.
Oh,
it would be cool to...
Yeah,
to
I don't
put
think
that.
we're there yet, but
No, to say, I mean, if you go to Midjourney and type self-portrait.
well, it's just going to look at self-portraits throughout history. It
But-
doesn't understand that it's supposed to see itself.
Because what self?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't understand that it's searching for its own sense of self to portray. What it's going to do is just Google self-portrait, and
Yeah.
it's going to see a bunch of Freuds and Rembrandts.
And Solo Priest said, if it could, what would it possibly be? A picture of Steve Jobs, LOL. And Ferenc, I don't know how to say it. Balash?
Oh, balayage?
No, es Ferenczz.
Oh, yeah, that's beyond, I think.
So maybe they can let us know how to do the pronunciation. And they were saying, as a classically trained artist, Midjourney freaked me out, but it is a tool like Photoshop. Yeah, I'm there too. I know differed from that now, Nicolas.
A little bit, yes.
But I'm there. Let's see. Where was I? So, Ferenc
Mm-hmm.
Balázs, I'm sorry.
Balayage. That's what I was trying
Was
to do with my
saying
hair,
before.
Danny.
Okay.
Okay.
Was saying before, hello from Transylvania.
Wonderful.
Love the works you do. I think it's the first person from Transylvania we have here,
Yeah.
which is so cool.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
always
yeah.
wanted to go there. You know, I know something
What's that?
about
Transylvania?
Transylvania.
What's that?
And it is that they have a road.
Yeah.
Maybe they can correct me. That I forgot the name because I used to know the name.
Mm-hmm.
Trafa something.
Okay.
But it's a very cool, like a high road. And I remember there's like
high road,
mountains.
like, do you mean like up in going up in the mountains?
It's in a mountain, yeah.
Okay.
But it goes like crazy. I mean, it's curly. I want to see it.
Like
Maybe
a
it's,
winding road up through the mountains?
maybe I'm misremembering, but
No.
mm,
I mean, we are doomed to hear somebody say they're from Transylvania and just
so
forever think of Dracula. So
yeah.